Seriously, guys, you've been here all night, probably just to catch me do a YouTube video, another YouTube video. Alright, well, I came in here just to get my glasses. I gotta go do a pressure washing job. So, I guess, come on, tag along with me. Let's go. First, we gotta get a ride there, so let me call my pressure washing Uber. Hold on, we go around them.
Man, that's crazy.
That's a hustler right there. That's a hustler right there. What's going on, YouTube? Okay, so just wanted to try something different in the beginning. Hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, please comment in underneath. Comment. Let me know. Yay, nay. Don't do it no more. Do more of it. Let me know. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dante, aka Triple D. Let's get into it. So earlier, you noticed I said we're gonna go to pressure washing job. Well, I was so tied up into the pressure washing job, I didn't even get a chance to do the pressure washing job. I literally was so amped to get to the other jobs, I forgot to set up the camera, did all the intro, did all the footage, did all the picking it up in the van, did everything just to get nothing. So I got nothing done. So I said, well, let's not ruin the beginning of that clip and let's just throw it into something different. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna give you an idea of how I take care of this mess you see. All right, this mess. There's a couple ways to take care of this mess. So I believe this is called a needle palm. I could be wrong, so don't be like, that's not what that is. I like quoting that because people like to jump on the page and jump your so quick, because if you pronounce something wrong, you say something wrong. I listened to the Breakfast Club, and one thing, they said was, when you go to shows or you go to concerts and you think you're performing, they're actually in the crowd thinking that's their stage. They're on their phone. They're at platforms like TikTok and Facebook and MySpace, and no one uses MySpace. All right, they got different platforms, and they're recording your show as they're showing it on their platform, and they're probably talking about the conversation, so they're feeding their audience. So that being said, they're quick to heckle. They're quick to jump it. They're quick to correct you. They're quick to do anything to make you look like a fool for their page, for their you know, for their pleasure. So back to what I was saying. If I said it's wrong, is a needle palm? If that's not right, just let me know what it is. So, as we get into this, this is a really sharp bush, plant, palm, flower, tree. I'm gonna name everything. I'm gonna go through everything. All right. Hold on. Alexa, needle palm.
This might answer your question. Rhapidophyllum hystrix, the needle palm, is a palm, the sole member of the genus Rhapidophyllum. It is native to coastal margins of the subtropical eastern Gulf and South Atlantic states of the United States. Endemic populations can be found from coastal southeast South Carolina, southward to Florida, and west across the coastal plain of Mississippi and southern Alabama.
All right, so I doubt any of y'all heard my Alexa in the kitchen, but so basically they said it's a palm. It grows in South Carolina, and needle palm grows in South Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi. It grow everywhere down south. So that's what we're gonna go with it. So, anyways, what I like to do, blabbering. What I like to do is get inside to the trunk. Okay. So the best way to do this, since this plant is very, very, very sharp, and when I say it's very sharp, you probably could fillet a fish with this. And if you fillet a fish, I like mine whiting. I like it cut off at the head, butterfly at the belly, open and then descaled. That's how I like my whiting, fried. All right, I got a lot of energy right now, so bear with me. So basically, what I like to do is I like to get into it and just start cutting. All right. If you can take your hands and make a Y, like put your wrists together and then put your, like you're praying, open your hands up. There you go. It's like a Y. I want that palm tree to look like that. Okay? So everything underneath, I'm going to say, if you're looking at a clock, 12 be at the top, obviously. I'm going to say anything from 3 and 9. Get rid of everything underneath it. So from 3 to 9 and everything underneath it to 6, get rid of it. If it's hanging on 3, cut it. If it's hanging on 9, cut it. That's what I use. I basically make it look like a clock. If it's at 3 and 9, I get rid of it. I keep everything else that's from 3 on up to 12 and from 9 up to 12. Keep it, man. That gym's really showing off right now. Look at the arms. But anyways, so you go in here and I cut it, and you notice I keep this tarp with me. I used to keep a smaller tarp, but I'm learning the bigger the better. So I keep this big tarp. And some reason it drags easier when it's bigger. Like the bigger it is, the less energy it takes to drag it. And I'm sure a little trick to how I get my materials from A to B. That's a little down the road. So like you see, I'm in there. I'm in it to win it. I'm in it cutting. Like I use safety glasses because so much stuff wants to get you in the face. See, I reflected it so quick you didn't even see. And plus, it's just safe to use safety glasses. It just makes sense. It's smart. You might catch me not wearing them now and then, but hey, it is what it is. It's my eyes, but wear safety glasses. That's all I'm saying. So get inside of it. Really cut the trunk, just right down the trunk. Get it all. Anything on the ground. Now you're gonna notice there's little babies that are growing up underneath it, like small balls, okay? And there's only one on this one, but sometimes when you do it, there can be multiple. You can have 4 or 5 or 6, 7 at the bottom. Find the main trunk, whatever the main trunk, that's the biggest part of the plant. That's your focus point. So from that trunk down, get rid of everything, okay? Now, shave it to the skin. It's just going to help you out. Usually when you get into these plants too, a little word of advice, you're going to come across a lot of weird things. Roaches love being in there. I need a belt. Snakes. Definitely snakes love to be in there. I always just be putting my hands and stuff. Everyone's like, man, you need to put your hands in any side of the plant. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. I kind of just put my hand in there. I guess if I get bit, shame on me. But so I use the tarp as like a big dustpan, and I just cut and I scoop it on it. Cut and scoop it on it. One thing I like to do is not work hard. I like to work smart. People make things so hard in life. And when I mean hard in life, people like to do too much when you really could just keep life simple. I mean, keep it simple. One thing I've noticed, we're going off track, but I got a rant. So I was in the car coming back from the gym, and I was like, man, people meditate. I didn't realize I meditate like all day. I'm literally meditating all day because everything seems like it irritates me. Like everything irritates me. But I just zone back into my mind and I focus on what's really important. So like when I was at the gym, this lady was listening to her music and she had it really, really loud. And, sometimes people are in there talking on their phone in the gym, and then the gym has music too, so you got all these noises. Now it's no longer music and talking, it's just noise. So instead of like tripping and be like, I learned to just zone it out. I mean, obviously they're just selfish and they're not thinking about people around them, but who cares? I just zone it out. And then as I zone it out, I'm starting to feel like that's my type of meditation. Okay? So like where I'm getting with the meditation and with the needle palm, is like use the tarp to put the stuff from the clippings from the palm to the tarp. Then you're not putting it on the ground, then getting a garbage can, throwing it in the garbage can, getting all caught up. Like just cut it. And you see when I had little pieces, cut it, throw it onto the tarp. Just make it very simple. And so going back to the gym, like instead of blowing up and going crazy, and this is this jigsaw I use is Milwaukee. I switched all Ryobi and went to Milwaukee. You've probably seen it in a couple videos. But instead of getting all stressed out, just the woosah, it works. Just anything that can just get your mind from because back in the day I used to be a high strung person. I was ready to go. It was go time every time. But like I don't roll like that no more. So like I just want to say work smart, not hard. And in life, use your mind instead of getting crazy and wanting to get frustrated and mad and like none of that makes sense. Like, I'm kind of talking about two different things, the plant and just keeping a peace of mind to yourself, because I feel a lot of people need to. So after I'm done cutting the whole shaft of it, you see it, I rake up everything, make a big pile, and then I take the pile and I rake into a small one. And yes, of course, instead of picking that pile up, I just take the tarp to the pile. Work smart, not hard. Okay? So, now that palm's done, it has a lot of dead ones on the top, but I don't want to take too much off, and I don't want to get it crazy. Here's a little tip for carrying the tarp. Yeah, y'all just seen that. I put it over my shoulder, or sometimes I just stand on it, and I let the machine do all the work. Then I'm not hustling all that to the road and getting tired. Okay? So the next thing we want to do is just cut a couple branches off of the house, which really not much is on the house, but there's a branch that's getting ready to creep onto the house within the next couple years, or maybe next couple months. So I was like, let's just get rid of it now. All right, boom. I'm using a steel saw. I've had this steel saw for 3 years, and I've cut everything with it, and it still cuts so slick. I got it caught on a couple branches right now, but a quick tip too, when cutting branches, if you notice I'm about to cut a nice big limb, once you see the limb start moving, so don't slam into the house or break something or scratch something, as soon as you start seeing it move, start cutting slower. And wear safety glasses because you see all the crap going in my head. But see how slow I'm cutting it? Letting it fall. Slowly letting it fall. And once it gets down to rest mode, finish it off. Alright? Then there's no reason of having incidents, accidents, windows break, branches falling off and hitting you. And then there's a hook on your thing. There's one at the bottom and there's one at the top. Usually the top is the one I use, but the bottom one really works well. So what I'll do is, instead of getting in there and getting scratched up, just hook it in there and pull it down. And then you can just pull it away from the house using the hook. Very simple, you guys. We got the tools, use the tools. Don't just buy these tools, use it to cut, and only use it to cut. No, take full advantage of every tool you have to the max. Like a weed eater, you can use as an edger. You know, you use your mind. Make some money with this stuff. Don't just think you got to buy more stuff to when you have stuff to make it do. All right. I don't know what they call this. I'm gonna call it tall grass, crazy grass. I don't know. I really don't know. But one thing I know is I cut it down. I'll usually cut it down to like really where it's tough. And when I mean tough, I mean you can tell when you're weed eating it, which I have a blade on there because a weed eater probably would not take care of it. Steel, obviously steel equipment. When I say take it to where it's thick, when you hit it, you're gonna feel a clump. Now I really want to just make it right to the ground, but I don't know if that would hurt it. I don't know if it would like make it not grow. So I keep it up. I don't go no lower than like my knee down, okay? Or even my lower calf made down. I don't go any lower than that. But once you get it all torn apart, that's that limb I got out the house. Once you get it torn apart, you just get and just rake everything around. And like I said, I rake in the same manner. Rake around everything, and then you'll have a little line around it, and then make them lines into a... One thing too I wanted to talk to, I know I just literally jumped it, but I want you guys to know, charge what you need to charge to do these jobs. I mean, charge what you need to charge. Don't charge ridiculous, like be stupid, you know. No one's going to pay ridiculous prices and you're not going to be in business, but charge what you're worth. All right. You need to know at the end of the day, you got to pay bills. You got to put food on the table. You got life. You got to keep moving on. Don't try to get over on people. That's not what I'm saying. But take care of responsibility. And when I mean charge what you got to charge, I mean charge it. Don't, you know, usually I charge stuff like this, $75 an hour to $100 an hour. It's what I charge. Flower beds, $100 an hour. It's crazy because I never thought in my life I would even try to charge that. But it's hard work. Hard work. It's labor. But then there's also times where it's not all about the dollar. It's not all about the dollar, guys. Some customers, like I have a lady who, her son passed away. So I literally just did the next 2 weeks for free. I did her cleanup, everything for free. You know, she has enough going on. She's been with me for 2 seasons. She's been nothing but an awesome customer. Tells everybody about me. And, you know, she's just going through a rough time. So she takes care of that. I'll take care of your yard. I don't mind. You guys can do stuff like that. The man where I'm at right now, this man has done the world for people. You can tell this man has went beyond his lifespan to do probably for everyone else but him. So what I do, I did a lot of extra stuff, and I don't mind it because I just feel like, you know, they bless somebody along the line somewhere, and why not? Why not return the favor? You know, Carl Hudson, he pressure washes one house for free once a month. You know, he gives back. I feel if I'm in a position where I can get back, it may not be like the money aspect of what people would think about, like giving thousands and thousands, like, you know, like all them TV shows, they just giving thousands of dollars away. I don't got it like that, or I would do it. I just try to give what I feel that's reasonable and respectful. So, you know, I just wanted to throw that out there. Like, you know, make sure you get your money worth, get your dollar. But keep in mind, man, sometimes it's not all about the dollar. So that might sound like I'm talking in circles and contradicting the last thing I said on top of what I just said. But I'm just trying to say, make sure you don't work and just do stuff for free for people. But there's times where it's not going to hurt you to do some extra work. And I enjoyed it. This house was awesome. Turned out awesome. It was a blessing. I'm talking to y'all later. This is Dante, aka Triple D. We out.